Hello guys, welcome back to the giveaway motovlog channel. Not the best day to ride, as you can see. As the spring approaches, the weather is really acting up. Just look at this fog. So yeah, myself and many other riders in Almaty are looking forward to a glorious season, because spring is just around the corner. It's the 26th already, so in a couple of days we will be entering the spring season. You may have noticed that I'm using a new camera, like a new angle, let me say. So I installed Hero Session camera on the handlebar. So hello guys, this is the first time that I'm shooting from this perspective. So although it is very foggy, let me say that it's not very cold. Actually, the temperature is around 1 or 2, above 0 centigrade, so it's okay. Right, so those of you who remember that several months ago I purchased a KTM super adventure bike, you may wonder why I'm not riding that bike. Well, first of all, because I have an issue with it. So several weeks after I purchased the bike, I started to notice a problem. Maybe the previous owner also experienced this problem, but he didn't tell me about it. So the problem is as follows. Sometimes, and quite randomly, the rear brake lights would not work. So I'll press the front or the rear brake, but the lights wouldn't light up. So at first I thought this was probably a very small gimmicky glitch. So I looked into the battery, I looked into the wiring connections, what might have causing this, but I didn't find anything abnormal. So anyway, about a month ago I decided, that the weather was permitting, I decided to take it to a dealer. I took it to a dealer, I left the bike for a few days for them to do all the checks and everything. So they said they checked everything and it was absolutely normal. Well, I took the bike hoping that this thing will not appear, but it appeared. So the problem is still there. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the brake lights wouldn't work on my KTM 1290 Super Adventure. So I started to Google it online, and people have been saying that it could be caused by the brake switch and stuff like that. But the dealer checked everything and there was no recall campaign or anything. The brake switch was okay, so it was becoming really, really mysterious. So I talked to my dealer and said, look, I can't ride my bike like this because it's not very safe, people could rearrange you, and you know how it usually ends. So the dealer said, okay, leave the bike, we'll talk to the headquarters, to the Austrians. Several days later they called me and said the Austrians instructed them to reinstall or re-upload the software into the bike's dashboard. Okay, so they did that and they said, now it's working, come and pick it up. Alright. Last week I went and picked it up. But the funny thing, I came there, I started up the engine, and I decided, to press the brake and see if the problem is still there. And you know what? The problem was still there. So my dealer was very embarrassed at this. I told him that, look, I had to come by bus to pick my bike, and I was looking forward to have a nice ride that evening, but there you have it. So after apologizing, the dealer said, okay, now we'll try to connect with the dealers once again, the people in Austria. We'll try to do a live tuning or a live diagnostics or something like that. I said, okay, please do it. And as you can tell, this problem is getting on my nerves. And it grew out of what seemed to be a very small thing. So apparently, well, not apparently, things are like that. And this is why I'm still riding my VanVan. Well, I would have been riding it anyway, but you know, look at the weather. It's so cool. The temperature is around +8 or +10 above 0 centigrade. So I thought that this is just the perfect weather, you know. But my bike is still at the dealer. And of course I will keep you posted as soon as they solve the problem. But until then, it's just me and my mighty VanVan.